Imagine this. It's the dead of winter in 1959, deep in the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia. Snow swirls through the night. The wind is so strong, it howls like a creature in pain. Now imagine 9 young hikers, all of them fit, skilled, and experienced. Suddenly tear open their own tent from the inside and flee into this frozen hellscape. Barefoot, half-dressed, in minus 30 degrees Celsius temperatures, and by morning, they were all dead. This isn't the plot of a horror movie. This is a real story. And to this day, no one knows exactly what happened. This is the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In January 1959, 10 young Soviets from the Ural Polytechnic Institute in Sverdlovsk set out on a ski expedition into the mountains. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov, 23 years old, highly disciplined, and respected. The group included 8 men and 2 women. All were experienced hikers and skiers, qualified to earn the highest category of hiking certification upon completion of this trip. Their goal? To reach the summit of Mount Otorten, located in the northern Urals. In the local Mansi language, the name of that mountain means, "Don't go there." They should have listened. At first, everything went according to plan. The group documented their journey with photographs and diary entries. Laughter, jokes, a shared guitar. Nothing out of the ordinary. But on February 1st, they pitched their tent on the eastern slope of a peak known as Kholat Syakhl, Mountain of the Dead. The next morning, they were gone. Weeks later, when rescue teams found the abandoned tent, it was partially buried in snow, slashed open from the inside. Inside were boots, jackets, hats, gloves, and food, untouched. Outside, a single line of footprints, barefoot or in socks, led down toward the woods. That's when things got strange. 2 bodies were found first, lying near the remnants of a small campfire. They wore only underwear. Their hands were scraped and burned, and nearby trees showed signs of someone trying to climb. 3 more bodies were found soon after. Igor Dyatlov among them, halfway between the forest and the tent, as if they had been crawling back. Their expressions were frozen in terror. The remaining 4 bodies were missing for 2 months. When they were finally discovered buried under 13 feet of snow in a ravine, the story took a darker turn. The bodies tell a different story. The condition of the last 4 bodies was horrifying. 1 woman had no tongue. 2 others had their eyes missing. 1 man's skull was crushed. 2 had massive chest fractures, but with no external wounds, as if they had been crushed by immense pressure from the inside. Their skin had turned orange. Their clothes were emitting low levels of radiation. What could possibly do this? Forensics couldn't explain it. There were no signs of a struggle, no indication they had been attacked, and yet their injuries were more violent than anything the rescue team had ever seen. The autopsy concluded, death by unknown, compelling force. That was it. Panic spread across the Soviet Union. But instead of further investigation, the government shut the case. They labeled it classified. For decades, people speculated wildly. Theory 1. Military experiment gone wrong. One theory suggests the hikers accidentally wandered into a Soviet military testing area. At the time, the USSR was experimenting with infrasonic weapons, low-frequency sound waves that could cause nausea, panic, even death. Some believe the hikers were exposed to this sound, causing overwhelming terror. Disoriented, they ripped their way out of the tent and fled into the cold. Nearby towns reported seeing strange orange lights in the sky that night. Could it have been a missile test? A bomb? Radiation on their clothes supports this theory. But if that's true, why didn't the government simply say so? Theory 2. The Yeti another, more chilling theory? They were not alone. The local Mansi tribes speak of a creature that roams those peaks. A tall, silent predator. The kind that rips tongues out. One photo recovered from the hiker's camera shows a shadowy humanoid figure standing between trees. Was it just one of them? Or something watching? Scratch marks, signs of struggle, eyes missing. The Yeti theory, while bizarre, refuses to die. Theory 3. Government cover-up. This might be the most convincing of all. Shortly after the bodies were found, the Soviet government silenced locals. The original investigation files? Sealed. Witnesses? Told to forget. Some say the students saw something they weren't supposed to, like a secret weapons test. Others believe the KGB was involved. To this day, 21 case files remain sealed until 2059. What are they hiding? A mystery that never died. In 2020, Russian officials reopened the case. The conclusion? An avalanche. They claimed a small slab of snow slid down the slope, pinning the hikers inside. In panic, they fled. But experts rejected that explanation. The slope was too shallow. There were no signs of heavy snow collapse, and no avalanche leaves radiation or crushes bones from within. Even now, over 60 years later, we're left with fragments, slashed tents, crushed ribs, radiation, missing eyes and tongues and footprints, leading into nothing. Each year, new investigators visit the site. Each year, new theories arise. But the truth remains buried under snow and silence. If you found this story chilling, subscribe our YouTube channel Nightmare Mysteries, because next time we'll explore the story of D.B. Cooper, the man who hijacked a plane, took $200,000 in ransom, and vanished mid-air, never to be seen again. No parachute, no trace, no body. Was it the perfect crime, or something else entirely?